I'm on my way to Kaprun. Over the next 48 hours, people from all across Europe are coming together here for the Ski and Snow Hackathon hosted by Zell am See Kaprun Tourismusverband. We'll gather skiing data, explore it and try to turn it into working prototypes. A hackathon is usually described as a competition format for developers to explore ideas creatively. But that definition doesn't really explain why people show up.
Back to my first ever hackathon where I was part of the organization team, and I just couldn't believe that people would stay overnight, hacking through the night, and just the persistence and the discipline that some of these teams had to hack through the night. That was something completely alien to me, and why would they want to do that? But it's just trying to finish a project to get to the end goal in a competitive but fun spirit. That was just something that I've never seen before, to actually be on your computers throughout the night. That was just something completely new to me. So that was super cool.
Why do people spend their free time in a room like this, with people they've never met, working on something that might never exist outside this weekend?
You see all these people, you know, you talk together, you laugh, you meet so many amazing, really awesome people. And I don't know what it is, I really don't, but it's just, you know, when you sit down, you have this focus and you see all the other people work, everybody's concentrated, you're like, sneak over and see what they do, and then you're like, okay, I have to build something. I don't know what it is, but it's like this kind of, you know, your heart gets pumping, you see a lot of stuff, and then you try to do stuff. It's just something really amazing.
You have to go to understand, but there is like this very interesting vibe of creativity and technology with people of your own age, of your own level, in your team, where you can like find out different projects other people have done. You're not like by yourself, you're always like in collaboration with someone.
Everything, the most important thing that happens, it's like after you create meaningful connections, you connect with like-minded individuals, and those connections are there to stay. And we know because how many friends do you have, or we have, that it's you met them at the hackathon and they become like partners in a journey, in a way that they join frequently into events, they're done, and this is like very meaningful, I would say.
It turns out the room matters. Routine disappears and curiosity fills the space. At some point, every hackathon hits the same moment. Not dramatic, not too loud, just heavy. You're tired, the idea isn't finished, and the excitement from the start has worn off.
You don't sleep much. You wake up today in the morning, getting up from my bed was really hard. And like I said, you're like, there's this one tiny moment in the morning where you're like, why do I do that on a Sunday?
Everyone has their own way of pushing. Some rest, some slow down, some keep going without stopping. What matters is that nobody does it alone.
Two teammates, they are both from Pakistan. What I remember the most is the two guys, they were sitting on this table since Friday night till Sunday afternoon. They sleep on the table, and of course they take like short break, but it's nothing more than like 1 hour-ish. So they're basically on the table the whole time, and they've been hacking, and they're like super hardcore. And from Friday night, I went to sleep. I come back on Saturday morning. They were there. I was like, okay, cool. You don't sleep that much on Friday, I guess. But then Saturday evening, I also go back, and then come back on Sunday morning. They're still there. I was like, okay, now I get it. Why you work at this field, which he told me is very stressful working environment where he was working at.
But staying isn't easy. This is the part no one advertises.
It might have to do a little bit with the hero's journey, as we call it. Always the hero needs to go through some pains. He always needs to feel the pain to kind of rise up from the ashes.
The worst part of it all is if you feel like you put so much effort in your project and in the end it didn't resonate with anyone. You maybe made a mistake during the pitching, you thought you could have like presented it better, and you don't get recognized. You get like applause and everything, but you don't win anything, or you don't, like, I don't know, convince the judges. And that's always very hard, but you learn so much from it. And just because like the end of it, you don't get like, I don't know, cash prize or something, doesn't mean you didn't learn anything. And I mean, in the moment it feels bad, but if you look back on it like 2 weeks later, you see the whole picture, you see the whole weekend and how much you did and how much you learned and how much your project actually like evolved. Like from nothing, you suddenly have an application, and it's so nice to see how much you can achieve in such a little time.
That frustration is real, but so is the growth. So why do people keep going?
Because hackathons are not really just about coding. Yes, you can code lots of stuff, you can vibe code it with a bunch of AI tools. I've learned so many new tools just today. But I think the main point, the core of the hackathons is the critical and creative thinking and the thinking outside of the box.
You wouldn't be able to sleep anyways. You would be like, in your head you would think about, oh, I could implement this feature, oh, I should change this. This is what happens for me. Sometimes I try to lie down and then I remember, oh, I could do this, and then I stand up again and go back and code something, or like take the laptop with me to bed and like just code something very quickly.
It's for the brave, because you can't just go in here and be spoon-fed a solution. You really have to push yourself with your team to come up with something new, something fun, and to see it through to the end. So it takes a lot of persistence, a lot of good humor. So everyone that I've met is super friendly, and you have to have that nice vibe to keep going. You wouldn't be able to continue through that if you didn't have a good attitude. Everyone is different, but everyone shares confidence, creative confidence, and curiosity to see it through to the end, I think.
It's not about winning, it's about proving something to yourself. It takes a certain kind of courage to show up like this, to try something without knowing if it will work, to push through tiredness, doubt and friction together.
We kind of love it, and because I think it's something that we really feel a passion for. Like, I think everyone here is just really, really excited about coding, and not just coding at work, but it's more about the building itself, and it's more like fun.
That confidence doesn't come from winning, it comes from staying.
So yeah, I wouldn't exchange it for anything. Like, even I can be now skiing, as you said, but yeah, it's not as exciting, I guess. Maybe we're just nerds. Like, we love this doing, and I was just having this conversation yesterday that we love doing this, and it's fun to be around like-minded people.
Curiosity, creative confidence, and the willingness to stay when things get uncomfortable. That's what brings people here, and that's why we'll keep coming back.